Come on! Welcome to the Come On Show with Southside Steve, another throwback, part two. Part two.
And this one will be, again, a continuation of the interview that we did yesterday, Rick Springfield.
Rick Springfield from March of last year when he was playing at the Macon Centerplex, which I went to that show.
Yeah.
And wore my Southside Ride Fox FM t-shirt. I had people coming up to me. I got a little Southside love.
You did.
Like you do.
Because we were doing mornings in Macon, Warner Robins, LaGrange, on 3 different signals just in that area.
Yeah.
So you were getting recognized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the shirt got recognized.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
You know,
So
but it was fun. I took my son, and we even got to meet Rick Springfield for a second.
Yeah, just for a second. But you did. Did you get the picture with him?
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to say maybe we could put that up one day.
Well,
don't worry about it.
Mike didn't prepare it,
We told you. Okay. Here's the good news. It's a great interview. We were talking to him. And again, I joked yesterday. I'm like, for yesterday's throwback, I said, you're going to get more out of him than you do on Hair Nation. I bounce around, but I like Hair Nation. And when you hear him on there, I think he's cool as hell, but I don't know that I like the way his diatribe on the show.
You're talking about you're talking about the 80s channel. He does working class.
Is it the 80s? I'm thinking Hair Nation. It's 80s channel.
Working class DJ, where he's like DJs for a half hour and has like a theme. Yeah, he's not a good air personality.
No, he's not.
He's not a good radio guy.
I wish he was, but he's not. And you're right. I got lit up yesterday. Somebody said, "Hey, dumbass, it's not Hair Nation."
Yeah, it's.
I'm like, you didn't have to say DA, but no, it's funny when you get something wrong. But yeah, it's 80s when I hear him. I just tend to bounce around because I like 80s, and if I'm not digging Hair Nation, I go over there. I bounce. I even hit a couple country stations, but I catch Rick all the time.
Yeah, he is. Because you hit the 80s a lot. You know who has a similar thing on the 90s channel?
Who would be a 90s? Like, is he like a Rick Springfield? He or she?
Yeah, he is. He was in a band, but he's done TV hosting. But he was in a band in the 90s. And did some TV. He co-hosted Extra for a while.
Oh, my God. Oh, I think I know who it is. Just tell me I know.
Mark McGrath.
Yes.
He has a similar thing on the 90s channel where he DJs for a bit.
All right. Well, maybe he does better.
He's a little bit more, he's done hosting before, so.
But it's still a great listen. We hope you enjoy it. It's good to hear Rick, and we're good old boys talking to him. We're true fans.
Yeah.
I mean, we love Rick Springfield. So we just want to thank our sponsors. First, I want to thank Small Sliders for being there for us in Marietta. Elite Finishes. If you need some painting done, get a hold of Elite Finishes. Go to elitefinishes.com. Markwell Therapy. That is Mr. David Markwell, and Markwell Therapy can help you if you need help. And you know what I'm talking about. You don't have to go see him and lay on his couch. You can lay on yours and do it virtually. You know, Jeff may need counseling at some point working with me.
I'll go one-on-one. I'll go to the office. I don't want to do the computer thing.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I work with Southside Steve, and I'm looking away from the camera on purpose. I work with Southside Steve. I've had 2 divorces.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, "Oh, get your ass in here." Sorry about that. Star Coaches. Star Coaches is great. You can rent the bus that the rock stars rent, and you can take it anywhere you want to go for a weekend or a week with a driver. And Rocking Taco. Look for our commercials all over our socials. We're letting you know now. Get your tickets in advance. This is another one that could sell out.
Oh, it'll sell out. Yacht Rock Schooner, the smaller version of Yacht Rock, and they're definitely an Atlanta favorite.
They are tight. I got a chance to work with them 2 years ago in the Roswell Music Festival. Love those guys. So get your tickets early. Go to the Hard Rock. I'll get it. The rockandtaco.com. Oh, damn it. Hard Rock. This is going to sound stupid. Atlanta still has the Hard Rock, right?
I think it's still there, yeah.
Because they got rid of the Hooters across the street.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And they also, Hard Rock survived because they also got rid of across the street. Remember that the place with all the stars?
Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood was there for a minute and gone.
Yeah.
Damn. But you get to watch these 2 commercials Jeff will throw to, and he'll explain and bring us in. Enjoy this last throwback as we will be live with you Monday morning. Jeff, hopefully you're having a good time in New York right now.
I'm working. I'm still working. I'm still working. I'm probably sitting in the lobby of the hotel working.
Just working while your girlfriend goes to work.
Yes.
What kind of a convention is it?
It's not a convention. Her home office is there, so she travels there periodically, and I get to tag along.
Oh, it's her home office.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, what does she do? Doesn't she sell women panties?
Advertising.
Sorry. Well, they may be a client.
Yeah. But we're going to get them to do an ad buy on the Come On show.
Hey, man, not for nothing. If she's in advertising, why isn't she talking to us?
Their clients are, big pharma.
Oh.
So it's a little out of our league for now. Okay.
Worth a conversation.
All right, Rick Springfield, part 2 from March of last year on the Come On show, right after this.
Hey, this is Southside Steve at North Atlanta Golf Carts right here in Brazelton in Dawsonville, whichever one's closer to you. And I'm sitting in a Donago right now. This is a family 6-seater, sound, everything, all the bells and whistles. $12,999, and you start it with a key. No, a card. Yeah, come on. I forgot to tell you, it's got a rear backup camera. Awesome. Donago, North Atlanta Golf Carts. Hey, this is Southside Steve from the green room for the Red, White, and Green show with Ted Jenkins. Currently, we're not in a green room, but this is a green room to me because there's $1 million buses. I'm standing with Parker. Parker is with Rap Star USA, a proud sponsor of the Red, White, and Green show, and that's WRAP star.com. And Parker, we talked about the turnaround if there's damage with a wrap, and how people out there with businesses, we see all the wrap vehicles, but some of them don't look good, therefore you may not get business calls. Also, if you got a high-end car, a boat on Lake Lanier, a motorcycle, 1/3 of the price of paint protects the paint that's on there and looks better. And what can you say to that?
Just mainly just helps you stand out. If you're just tired of seeing just plain cars driving down the road, that's the big problem today. They make just whites, grays, blacks. You can stand out fully. It's the whole rainbow at that point, and you're protecting your vehicle at the same time. And if, say, you get a big rock chip on the front end, or you get into a fender bender, you can just pull that panel right off, sand it, clean it, and just rewrap it again. So the turnaround time for repairs is a fraction that it is when it comes to paint.
I will never paint again. I'm wrapping it. I didn't wrap it as a child or a teenager, excuse me, but I'm wrapping it now. It's rapstarusa.com. Parker's ready to work for you.
Hopefully you heard part 1 of our Rick Springfield interview, but we move on now to part 2 with Rick Springfield, coming to Macon, Georgia, March 19th. That's a Wednesday. Hopefully you can get tickets and get down to Macon to see him. But here he is talking about God knows what with us, the morning show, your morning show, the Southside Ride on Fox FM. When you came here to Atlanta for Music Midtown, I don't know if you remember that, but dude, everybody wanted to see you. You were the biggest show, and Peter Conlon, who's our promoter, does a segment with me called In the Green Room with Peter Conlon. We've talked about it. It blew up. Everybody was trying to get tickets, and it maxed out. People were just on the side of the road listening. I think in the area you packed in like 10 to 15,000 people for a festival, and it's all anybody talked about. You crushed it.
Oh, that's always good to leave a good impression. I have a great band that we just did rehearse actually for the first time yesterday, and it was amazing. I mean, we hadn't played in like 3 months, and they just nailed it. We were just a solid package right there. And so I love playing live, and I love playing guitar, and I love sharing it with people. That's my human connection, is really me playing live, because I'm a bit of a loner by myself. But when I get out there, it's time for the party guy to show up and have a blast with the audience.
And speaking of touching someone and connecting, I'm a huge fan. Your song, "What Kind of Fool Am I?" gets me every time, because I've actually gone through 2 divorces. And I ask myself that question every time I hear that song. It really gets me. It's a great breakup song. Is that about your wife, Barbara, where y'all had a rough patch? And that must have been right before you got married. Is that anything to do about her?
Yeah, we had, a very tumultuous early relationship, because with the sudden, interest, sudden fame and everything, and me, it was just a real mind. I don't know what I can say that on the radio.
Yeah.
But it was
a
intense.
mind F.
It was, a mind F. It was serious. And so it caused us a lot of problems in the relationship. I woke up at one point and I wrote that song about her from the breakups. You know, I mean, the songs come from a kernel of truth for me anyway, and I think for most writers, I can't just sit down and say, I'm going to write a song about a happy Sunday. You know, it's got to be something that comes from me, and usually it's something dark, because that's the only thing that inspires me to look inward. And most of my songs are kind of dark songs. That's why the guy used it in Boogie Nights, because it really has some anger in it, even though it's this kind of glossy pop song.
Mm. Yeah, that's a trip. Yeah, I don't think anybody ever knows, obviously, what it's like to be somebody. And, you know, when you look at I see that your son has done some stuff, and you see the last name Springthorpe. Whose idea was it to go Springfield? Was that yours, or somebody goes, hey, man, this will just sound better?
Yeah, I was 16, and I'd just been kicked out of school. And this guy wanted me to play in his band. It was the first real working band I'd been in. He said, what's your name? I said, Rick Springfield. He said, no one will ever understand that. You're Springfield. So I basically was from then on, you know.
Dude, I'm Steve Rickman, but I get stuck with, I'm Southside Steve, so that's my radio name, because I represent the side of town in Atlanta where I grew up, and it's where you grow up, and it was kind of the bad side of town. So I know how that feels. It's bizarre, but then I look at your sons, I'm like, that's cool. They could have gone Springfield to be cool and go, yeah, you know who my dad is, but they went with Springthorpe. So I thought that was kind of cool. They didn't pull the old Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen thing, you know? I thought it was cool.
No, but Emilio kept Estevez, you know, and I think it depends on the person, you know. Mm-hmm. My kids are I think they're pretty grounded, and they never let that whole, you know, the whole fame thing get into the house. So
that's awesome.
You know, I'm just dad to them.
Oh, it's way cool.
So when you were making Working Class Dog, I'm guessing around the same time Keith Olsen was making Standing Hampton with your pal Sammy Hagar. Is that how I've Done Everything for You came to you? Did it come through Keith Olsen, or was that a song that you already knew about, or did you know Sammy back then?
No, Keith brought it to me. Actually, I think I was doing the second album, Success Hasn't Spoiled Me Yet, with Don't Talk to Strangers on it, and when Sammy was doing Standing Hampton, because I remember, you know, Keith talking about it, but he brought the song to me before that. He heard in the demos, and he said, I want to bring in an outside song, which really pissed me off, because I was, you know, I'm a writer, and that's kind of my core. And I said, this song's here, better than Jesse's Girl, you know. And he said, no, I want to bring in an outside song. So I brought in this one, I've Done Everything for You, and it was, I thought, okay, well, Keith has a lot of, he's got a pretty damn great track record. So I'm going to go with him on this one, because he's doing, you know, kind of doing me a favor of producing a couple of songs in the first place, when he's like pretty much the top 80s producer at that point. And he became a good friend too, actually. It was a bit, master pupil at the very beginning, but he became a real good friend. And he taught me a lot about recording and about being concise in a song too. The original Jesse's Girl had like a 5-minute guitar solo in the middle of it, and I'm playing him the demo, and he's making like cutting the cymbals with his fingers, saying this part's out. So he taught me how to be very, you know, precise in my writing. That was a great thing I learned from Keith.
Well, and if you don't mind, I have a technical question because of those two records that I mentioned. I have a clip for you, and you'll hear it. Is this you singing the high harmony on What Kind of a Fool Am I right here? Is that you on the high harmony there?
I don't remember. It could be me. I mean, I always sang harmonies, but I think that might have been Richard Page from Mr. Mister, because we were friends before Mr. Mister kind of happened, and Tom Kelly, who wrote Like a Virgin, and we became a very successful songwriter, but they were early background singers. and I had them both on that album. So it's probably either Tom or Richard. I'd sing harmonies with them, but the super high parts I wanted, to really hit it hard. So they had super high voices. So
yeah. Well, so I'm wondering if Keith used them for Sammy, because here's another clip real quick. It sounds like the same kind of harmony.
It does sound the same.
Don't those sound similar?
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah, well, Keith actually introduced me to. No, actually, we found Tom Kelly. No, he brought him in for Jesse's Girl. Then I used Tom for the rest of Working Class Dog. Him and I did all the harmonies on that. And then I'm not quite sure. I think he might have brought in Richard for the second album, or Keith may have. I don't know. It's so long ago. Who remembers anything? But I don't remember what I had for breakfast. But he was amazing, and we have some great things happened in the studio. It was fun, a real blast.
Well, it's nerds like me that want to know every little detail. By the way, Richard Page would go on to form Mr. Mister, in case you didn't know the name Richard Page.
And you're the music nerd, and I'm the shallow guy, which is why I asked this question as we're closing. I'm also a shallow diver too, Rick. I got scars on my faces for diving in the shallow end of a pool twice. But I just wanted to ask you quickly. Guys in Hollywood, or just even the business, who was cool? Who was Rick friends with? Who or his friends, musicians or anybody? Who did you pal around with? I'd love to know.
I was pretty much, like I said, a loner.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Sammy, I knew Sammy, but when you're young and you're kind of you're kind of focused on yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I mean, I had a great girlfriend who I ended up marrying, and she's who I'd hang out with, and my dog, Ronnie, my dog off the cover of Working Class Dog, I'd hang out with them when I came home off the road. And I didn't really have a lot of time for the first 2 years because I was doing 5 days on General Hospital and then flying out to do shows on the weekends. So there was literally no time for much hanging out at all.
Yeah.
Now I have, I have more time. So, but
well, that's a trip. You never know. You never know with you. And one thing that we do, and hopefully you love it. We do a thing called Track 13. Came up with the name of it, and what it is when you hear an album, you always hear the hits on radio. But you're like, why don't they play this song on the radio? Man, this was a great song, but you only hear it because you bought the tape or the cassette or whatever. And, you're like, but damn, radio just didn't play it, or maybe for a second, and they just didn't dig it. Is there a song for you that we can play on the radio today that you felt like didn't get its just due, or maybe should have been a hit?
From the 80s stuff, you mean?
Anything Rick Springfield. Whatever you want played on the radio, we're going to play it today.
Well, I got a new single out now that's called Lose Myself. That is actually the latest single. And, we put out singles, and there's, if you don't get massive, the only thing that matters on the single, they say promotion, all that stuff, but it's really the only thing that matters is massive radio play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, and tons of it. That's the only thing that hooks people into a song. You're not going to hook them in with an interview. Hey, I'm a great guy, and you should buy my song. So, if you want to play "Lose Myself," that would be great. I wrote it with a guy from Sweden, and there's a lot of Swedes over here now killing it in the songwriting arena. And I don't know what it must be the Swedish something of the Swedish water or something.
I guess.
Max Martin is the guy that I think from Sweden. He
exactly.
did all the Britney Spears. And,
Yeah, he wrote that stuff. Wow.
So Rick Springfield coming to the Macon City Auditorium Wednesday, March 19th. Are we going to have some of your and Sammy's Beach Bar rum available there at the Macon City Auditorium?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we will. I always bring a bottle on stage and share it with the audience if they have glasses and they've been drinking. I don't give it to anyone who hasn't been drinking before. But it's the Cola Spice is my favorite. It's amazing. It's like Bacardi and Coke on steroids. It's a great high, and It tastes amazing. So that's my drink that I bring on stage.
All right. Well, I've got Yeah Come On Bourbon Whiskey, which is kind of an 80 proof, but it tastes like a $60 bottle, smooth with a little bit of smoke on the back end. I'm thinking about just telling my wife I'm not going on this little vacation trip because I'm having too much fun with Rick. But no matter what, if Jeff, wait to cause a divorce. I hope you're happy. I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, Rick. But
oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, brother. But Jeff is coming down with his son. We want to try to get him backstage. Is there like a name of a guy he should ask for? Is there somebody should ask for? You got like a roadie named Bimbo or something funky or something weird?
I have an amazing kid that he's not really a kid, but he's younger than a lot of us. We were doing this show about a couple of years ago.
Guys, we are really, Rick, we're really
sorry.
late.
Oh, we're sorry. We didn't know you had anything else.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
Kim
We have two more to
cuts
do
in.
before
All right.
12. Sorry, I didn't mean to. We've got 2 more to do.
Kim, you got it. You've established it. We'll close out. Thank you, Kim. I apologize.
Just email Tyler who set this up, and I'll get whoever needs it backstage. So just do that.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get him back.
Great.
No problem.
Great. Well, I look forward to the
So,
show
yeah,
and
so that's
really
no problem.
love to meet you, Rick. I really appreciate it, and we thank you for your time. And sorry for going over. It was just so fun.
Yeah, man, we had a blast.
We'll
Thank you.
We'll see you
Me
next
too.
week.
All right, buddy.
Thank
See
you.
you then. Yeah. Awesome.